Hello everyone, in this video I would like to talk about the square bracket operator. The square bracket operator is used to subset or extract and replace parts of an object. So for this example, we're going to build a dataset called football, and this will contain information about player, club, nationality, and league. So let's start to build the dataset. Start with player, club, nation, and league. And let's bind all this information in a data frame with data.frame function. And this is our dataset. Now, we should be aware that in the square bracket, to the left of the comma, we refer to the rows. To the right of the comma, we're referring to the columns. So, let's see the first example. Let's select row 1 and column 1. So, in this dataset, row 1 is this one, and column 1 is this one. So we should extract the name Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's run. And we extract the name Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, select row 1 and 3 and column 1. Now, to select two rows, we need to use the C function. We need to concatenate row 1 and row 3. So, which part of this dataset we are going to extract? Let's check. We are saying row 1 is this one. Row 3 is this one, but we want only column 1. So this means that we should extract Cristiano Ronaldo and delete. Let's run. Now, select row 1 and 3 and all columns. So as you see, the difference between the previous example and this one is that we need to select all columns. This means that we need to leave blank the space for the columns. This means the space to the right of the column of the comma. So let's run. And as you can see, we extract row 1 and 3 and all the columns of the dataset. Now, next example, select from row 1 to row 3 and all columns. In this case, as you can see, we're just using the column. So let's run this one. And as you can see, we extracted the first 3 rows and all the columns. Naturally, this means that if we want to extract all the rows, we just need to leave blank space for the rows. This means to the left of the comma. So in this example, select all rows and column 1 and 3. So let's run. And you can see we selected all the rows and the column player and nation that are column 1 and 3 in the dataset. This means that we can also select the column by the column name. For example, in this one we are selecting row 1 and 3 and the column player. And as before, we extracted Cristiano Ronaldo and delete. In this one, we are extracting row 5 and column player and club. Let's run. And this corresponds to Pogba, Manchester United. Let's check. This was row 5 here, just column player and club. Now, before continuing, I want to show you that we can subset by using the subset function. This is an R-based function. So in this case, we are subsetting. The first entry is the dataset, and then our conditional statement. In this case, player equal Cristiano Ronaldo, and be careful, it's double equal. Let's run. So we extracted all the information for Cristiano Ronaldo. In the second example here, we are setting two conditional statements. We want nation equal Netherlands, and league equal Premier League. If we run this, we see that these two information correspond only to Virgil van Dijk, as you can see here, because, for example, Premier League, we have also Pogba and Salah, but they are not from Netherlands. And we have here the league who is from Netherlands, but he plays in Serie A. The last example here, we subset football and then club equal Liverpool and league equal Premier League. We see that this correspond to Salah and Van Dijk, who play in Liverpool in Premier League. Now, notice that until now, we didn't modify the dataset. This means that if we run again, ball is always the same dataset that we built at the beginning. To modify the dataset with this operation, we need to assign this operation to an object. For example, here, store last three rows in an object called Premier League. Let's do this. And you see this where the player Paul Pogba, Salah, and Van Dijk who play in Premier League. And now this is stored in this object Premier League. For example, we can see another example here. Select players in Serie A. So we are using this case subset the dataset football league equals Serie A. We are storing this in Serie A. Let's see. And we have Cristiano Ronaldo and delete. Now, as I said at the beginning, we can use the square bracket operator to replace parts of an object. In this case, in the dataset football, we have row 4 and column 2. This corresponds to this Paris Saint-Germain. In this case, I want to replace Paris Saint-Germain with PSG. So here, I select here row 4 and column 2. And here I have write the name PSG. So let's run. And as you can see now, we modified the original dataset. Last example, here we want to modify the name of row 1 and row 7 and column 1. This means row 1, column 1, Cristiano Ronaldo, row 7 and column 1, Virgil van Dijk. And here we change the name with CR7 and VVD. Let's run. And as you can see, we replace their name with these short names here. So this concludes this video. I hope it's useful, and if you enjoyed, see you in the next video.